I watch these guys fight, and I was watching baseball the other day. I'm watching the World Series, and baseball, they're athletes. They can hit a ball. You got to swing the bat perfectly. You got to throw. You got to field a ball, and it's there's a lot of skill involved in baseball. But when it comes to fighting, and you're out there with gloves that are just tiny, and somebody else is trying to knock your fucking head off, and you got to know how to kick, punch, and wrestle.
So much more difficult. So much more is on the line physically. Your physical health. You're playing a game for your health.
How about your courage?
Yeah, everything.
Your mind. You got to stay loose but aggressive.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to be exposed in front of all these people. People are going to see you break not.
If you probably are not allowed to even say this because you call the fights, but if you had to put, I don't know if it's a fair question. I was going to ask you about the Sonnen Anderson Silva fight. Are they going to fight, first of all? Do we know?
Who knows? I don't know. Dano likes the fight. It's a promotable fight for sure. It's a very exciting fight.
Is Anderson kind of hesitant to fight him?
I don't believe so. I believe his manager has said some things, but a lot of that is just it's a game. You got to realize that promotion, and managing fighters and stuff. There's a lot of publicity involved, and there's a lot of just keeping it in the press is a good thing. Saying that Chael doesn't deserve it is a good thing. Building up any sort of animosity is a good thing. And then Chael's people say, yes, he does deserve it. Anderson's where he's going to kick his ass. And then you got a thread going, man. So you can't be a rube. You got to look at these things and go, listen, Ed Soares is a smart dude, and Anderson Silva is a goddamn genius, and Chael Sonnen is the greatest marketing mind that combat sports has ever known by a long shot.
He's such a man.
No one's funnier than him. No one's wittier than him. He's a beast.
I watch him and I get depressed that I'm not him.
How about what he said to Bryan Callen? He said he is an American hero, and he's going to get a good old-fashioned red, white, and blue ass kicking.
It was so great. I saw him talking about the Nogueira brothers.
He's on another level.
He was talking about the Nogueira brothers. He's like, they thought this bus pulled up. They thought it was a donkey.
He was interviewing him, man. He's saying they tried to give him a carrot. I brought it up to him. He goes, that happened. He goes, one of them pulled his belt off like he's going to take it home. Come on, little fella. And you know what, dude? On top of that motherfucker could fight his ass off.
My God.
If he was just a shit talker, I would still love him. Even if he lost every fight, like Sean McCorkle has lost a couple times in the UFC, and or at least once in the UFC. Sorry, Sean, if I said one, but he's a great shit talker. Yeah. He's a hilarious shit talker. I like to see the guy back just to hear him talk some more shit. But Chael Sonnen talks shit better than anybody.
He's funnier than I am, and I'm a comedian. I'm like, this guy's got a.
He's figured out how to finish guys instead of just staying on top of guys and punch them in the face. You can win a fight like that, but you know what else you can do? You can lose a fight like that because the guy survives and catches you in a submission.
Right.
When you're on top of a guy, if you're a wrestler, the kind of caliber of Chael Sonnen, you're not going to get up, man. The only way you're going to get up is he's going to make a subtle mistake, and probably late in the fight. Maybe he's trying to finish you off, and he gets cocky, and you get an underhook, and you get back up to your feet. But for the most part, a guy like that can keep you down. And if he's got good submissions, fuck, why wouldn't he have good submissions? Look at the elite level grappling he has.
It's ridiculous.
All you have to do is just teach him a few different positions, and he'll be elite in those positions as well. Yeah. And his triangle that he hit Bryan Callen with was a crusher, dude, because Bryan Callen was defending the right way.
Yeah.
The way to defend is called like answering the phone. You put your hand over your ear, and it relieves some of the pressure. But Chael's squeeze is so fucking tight that it didn't matter. He did everything perfect.
Is he just
positioning,
gorilla strong?
Gorilla strong, and mentally tough as fuck.
Yeah, he really
He's tough as fuck,
dude.
Really is. And has cracked in the past and is tougher because of it. How about that? Has quit in the past, has done things in the past that he's not happy with, and those things motivate him in a fight. And much like George St. Pierre, I think losing and cracking under pressure makes him more dangerous.
Yeah.
I really do. When a guy's been humiliated a couple of times, and then he comes back and is a fucking badass, there's a different level of intensity that those guys have. A guy's been humiliated, like a George St. Pierre, there's an intensity that he brings to the table where this is not going to fucking happen again. Yeah. That's also on the menu. On the menu is, I'm going to kick your ass. Yeah. On the menu is, I'm going to force you to fight my fight. But also on the menu is, that Matt Serra fight is not going to fucking happen again.
Right. I'm not getting caught on again. Right, yeah.
And, Chael's been caught by Anderson in a triangle. Paulo Filio caught him in an armbar. But he's a better fighter than back then. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's consistency, intensity.
I think a lot of his strength resides in his hair, in that thick Samson.
Delicious hair,
dude.
Well, he's a fucking most marketable guy ever.
He's a man. He should
have his own right-wing talk radio show.
When you're a man, you're watching the guy. You're like, he's definitely the silverback, and I'm a baboon. I'll throw fruit from the trees.
And he's entertaining as hell, man. He's hilarious.
He's great.
I'm a big fan of that guy, and that's going to be a big fight. The rematch of those. But Anderson right now is recovering from he had a shoulder injury.